Well, good Saturday night, Southeast Texas. The showers and thunderstorms right on schedule tonight. Thankfully, no tornadoes. That's the good news. Rain still falling. The worst has moved through Jasper. They still have some light to moderate rain falling there on our Roofing 911 Skycam network, sponsored by Forvalis. See some slick streets up in the lakes area. Rainfall total so far, as expected, about 1 to 2 inches across the area this evening. Of course, that weather impact alert continues for a little while longer. 1/2 to 1 inch of rainfall expected with these showers and thunderstorms. The heaviest about to move out of Beaumont already quickly. Had a quick inch of rain. And of course, that will continue for about another 30-45 minutes. Weather headline: storms this evening, much better weather tomorrow and Monday, and a warming and drying trend into next week. All right, here's radar. Thunderstorms, strong to severe just now crossing the Sabine River north of Toledo Bend there, working back to the southwest. Look how quick these are moving, 50 to 60 miles an hour. I mean, the heaviest rains moved across Beaumont within 10 minutes. They were out of town as far as the heaviest rains goes. We'll still deal with some light to moderate rain till about 10 o'clock tonight, and that's about it. Down to 59, mainly just due to rain, cooled air. The thunderstorms almost to orange in Port Arthur, not quite, but just about to move into Port Arthur here in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Once again, these are moving to the east-southeast at about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Now, along this line of thunderstorms, there have been some wind gusts up to 50, 60 miles an hour actually being reported, and quite a few power outages too scattered across southeast Texas. I believe it was 3,400 where I saw, especially in parts of Jefferson County, Chambers County, and some scattered outages throughout the lakes area as well. This line will be east of the Sabine River here in the next 30 to 45 minutes, and we'll be done with it, and we'll be in much better shape for the rest of the night and beginning tomorrow. You can see the back edge of the rain already moving in to the Houston area. Rainfall totals from this system has averaged 1 to 2 inches, about 1.5 inches in a few spots. Some areas getting a little bit more, some a little bit less. The rainfall is exactly what we need. We're still very, very dry. This will help out a lot. That's moving through right now. Let's check these temperatures. Still 68 Lake Charles. It cools down a little bit with the rain and behind the front, not much. This is not a strong cold front at all. We'll get some drier air working in tomorrow from the northwest. All right, the main low is up in Oklahoma moving out. Of course, the best instabilities are to the south of the system this time. See the squall line now approaching the Sabine River. Skies are clearing out to west. I think our skies are going to clear later tonight as well, so don't be shocked. In the morning, see quite a bit of sunshine, but then as the low pulls to the northeast, some of these wraparound clouds will come back into the area. So we'll have partly sunny skies late morning into the afternoon, but certainly some much nicer weather, that's for sure. And that's the good news, is temperatures slowly, a little bit cooler tomorrow, by the way, too. We're had well into the 70s today. We will only be in the 60s coming up for tomorrow. Let's get another update on the radar there. You can see the severe thunderstorm warnings are now pushing eastward into Orange County. So it's about to cross the Sabine River out of the viewing area. You see the squall line extends from northwestern and western Louisiana back down to just about into Orange now. The storms are moving into Port Arthur as we speak, back down to the east of Galveston. Some of the heavier storms about an hour ago were in the Houston area, just south of Houston around Pearland. Those have worked southeastward into the Gulf of Mexico. So things are improving in Beaumont. I think our severe weather threat in Beaumont is now over. That's good news. Got a few more minutes left in Vidor, and then about another 30-45 minutes, some severe weather threat possible with wind in Orange, and then things will be settling down for the night. We'll have some more stable air working in later tonight into tomorrow morning, but all up and down this line, we've had wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour and some brief heavy rain. But even here in Beaumont at the studios, the rainfall is already beginning to slack up a little bit. So anywhere west, I would say from just east of Newton to about Rose City to High Island, those points westward, your severe threat has ended. That's good news. A few more minutes in Vidor, another 30-45 minutes in Port Arthur and Orange, and then you'll be in the clear. So that's some good news there as these storms continue to track on off to the east. And it'd be nice to see some cooler, drier weather for tomorrow and Monday, and then that warming trend as we head into next week. Don't see any more new warnings popping up. The last severe thunderstorm warning is now in Orange County. The warnings are advancing eastward as the storms do. So they'll be east of the river here in about a half an hour. And some, as we said, some nice rainfall totals, some 1/2 to 1 inch to 1.5 inch totals in a few spots. About 3/4 of an inch so far here in Beaumont. The storms are just moving so quickly, we can't get a ton of rain that we really need, but hey, we'll take what we can get. And temperatures cooling off a little bit behind the front into the lower 60s, some upper 50s in North Texas, 49 degrees in the Texas Panhandle and Amarillo. All right, a statewide view now. Of course, the storms are moving rapidly out of Texas and heading into Louisiana. Clouds still to our north, lots of them. There's the low spinning here. It's going to move out. We may see some clearing later tonight in the morning, but I think some wraparound clouds are going to come around and move into the area tomorrow at about 2,500 feet. Below 5,000 feet, we'll have some low clouds. So some sun in the morning, then it'll become partly sunny, windy throughout the day coming up for tomorrow. Let's take a look at Futurecast. It moves the storms on out as well by 9 o'clock. Everything pretty much over with by 9:30. See how we'll clear coming up later tonight? Winds are southwesterly, so the true cold front's still way back to the west. And there's those clouds trying to wrap back around. See that throughout the day tomorrow. And not quite as warm. We had low 70s today. We may just stay in the upper 60s to near 70 tomorrow. Bottom line is still a very comfortable day coming up, as you can see, with northwesterly winds behind the system, and about 64 by 5 p.m. tomorrow. And tomorrow night we will be down into the upper 40s, near 50 by Monday morning. In that marine forecast, we'll have south winds becoming northwest up to about 25 knots. Water temperature 66 degrees. Showers and storms for the next hour, then things will be improving. And then tomorrow we start out with sunshine, and temperatures will get to about 70 tomorrow, certainly a little bit cooler than today. All right, let's take a look outside right now. We do have storm trackers are out tonight, braving it, and they're going down Interstate 10, and the wipers go in there. Still some pretty good rains falling in and around Beaumont here. Now the heaviest rains have now moved into Orange County, and they'll be out of there in the next half hour. But if you're out about driving tonight, certainly drive slow till the rain moves out. It won't be much longer. Still pretty good pace there of rain falling here in Beaumont. Moderate rain anyway. Heaviest rains were about 15-20 minutes ago, just moving so quick. But no complaints. Still got electricity across a lot of Beaumont. Now, as we said, there's like 3,400 people without power across all of southeast Texas. So that's about what we expected with the gusty winds that coming through. But you can see traffic flowing okay there. Still waiting on a few lightning strikes there. Haven't seen, it wasn't a whole lot of lightning and thunder, at least in our part of the thunderstorm line that came through. And I think there was a little bit more to our southwest. Every now and then we'll see a flash or two of lightning, but let's see storm trackers there exiting there. Traffic flowing smoothly. So temperatures continue to wind on down a little bit. So yeah, thanks to the storm trackers for following these storms for us. The good news is we had no tornadoes across southeast Texas, wind gusts 50 to 60 miles an hour, and about a 1 inch to 1.5 inch rainfall total across the area. Boy, what an improved 7-day forecast, that's for sure. 70s for highs, 50s for lows, and you can still see storm trackers out and about tonight. A few flashes of lightning here and there. A little bit of hail reported here and there too, very small, little pea-sized hail here and there, but that's moving on out as well. And certainly no issues with flooding. You know, we look at this video and say, well, hope there's not any flooded streets. Nothing to worry about there. This was just moving way too fast, and we need a lot of rain to ever worry about any flooding at all. Certainly, that's for sure, because it's as dry as we are. Certainly we could actually use some more rain, but just see on the 7-day here, none in the forecast until at least next weekend, and we're looking at 20% coverage next Saturday. Let's take a look over in orange now, because I want to go to this camera because the storms are just now moving into orange. They're moving quick. See the heavy rains coming in now. Wind gust to 18. Once again, wind gust 50 to 60 as this part of the line comes through. See the rainfall hitting the service roads there, but look how it's improved here in Beaumont, at least outside the studios here. Still some light to moderate rain, a little bit of lightning off in the distance on our Roofing 911 Skycam network here, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. So pretty good shape. Things are improving from the west. That's great news. Didn't have a lot of severe weather as far as large hail or a lot of damaging winds or tornadoes. So that was the good news there. So things improving here in Beaumont. And of course, we still have the light rain ongoing. There's a pretty good lightning flash there. Some light rain still ongoing up in the East Texas Lakes area tonight. That'll be moving out of there as well. Temperatures cooling on down. You can see up in Jasper, the light rain still falling there. Nothing too heavy. They had their heaviest rains about 30 to 45 minutes ago as well. This camera is sponsored by Provalis. And of course, temperatures, they're cooling down slowly, that's for sure. 61, and of course we have the 50s out over portions of western Texas. Let's take a look at wind gust. Well, we've already had most of these, and this is a little bit underdone, but I want you to notice tomorrow, even though we have nice weather, it's going to be pretty breezy. We'll have a northwest wind tomorrow, 20, 25 miles an hour at times, behind our cold front. Very, very nice there. It'll actually feel pretty good tomorrow, and we're actually running just a couple of degrees cooler right now, and that's mainly because of the rainfall we have in place across southeast Texas. Futurecast from earlier did a really good job bringing the line through about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Things are clearing up now from the west. A few more clouds tomorrow and fairly breezy across southeast Texas. So very nice weather coming up. Of course, dealing with a little bit of rain right now, but things getting much, much better. Low temperatures cooling off, lower 60s in the morning across portions of the lakes and in the triangle, and afternoon highs in the upper 60s to around 70, and certainly no wind chills in the forecast. Let's go back to our storm tracker now. He's still dealing with the rain there, traveling along Interstate 10, and thankfully everybody driving the speed limit, it looks like there, because you know it's been so warm and humid lately. You start getting the rains, you get that oil come up to the surface. It can really make things pretty slick on the interstate, but everybody seems to be driving okay there. Still dealing with some light to moderate rain as he travels on the Interstate 10, but the good news is the heaviest is over for portions of Beaumont and southeast Texas, and of course the rainfall, as we said, about 1.5 inches across portions of southeast Texas. That's good news there. But there'll be a little bit of ponding of the water on some of the side roads and side streets, but not much, as the system was moving so fast across southeast Texas. You can see there, no water really standing or anything like that. Had a few flashes of lightning, a few rumbles of thunder, but nothing too terribly bad. No real cloud to ground lightning strikes, at least a whole lot of them anyway. The most impressive thing with this line of storms, and we figured it would be the wind gusts. We had some wind gusts 50 to 60. Some areas saw a little bit less. Some areas saw a little bit more. That's why we have those scattered power outages across southeast Texas, and hopefully they can get those up and going here on later on tonight as he continues to drive north on Highway 69, I believe. Hardin County, now they get into the moderate rain there. They had some pretty heavy rains earlier too as those storms came through. That about 1 inch of rain, wind gust about 50 earlier, parts of Hardin County. Still battling the rain. A little bit of lightning here and there, but things are improving. There's that energy outage map, as you can see. And we see a bit of an update there. Yeah. Not what we thought. Now I knew that